Hey, this is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Deja, Private Friend Incorporated, Miss JJ Entertainment. Whatever y'all call me, this is me. However, I came to y'all today because I want to talk to y'all about the census. They're having a hard time getting these people to fill out the census. And you need to be accounted for. So please, fill out the census as soon as you can. The census is not just to give the government your business, because they're going to know your business regardless. If you work, if you file taxes, they're going to know who you are. So with that being said, still be accounted for. My daughter, she's incarcerated. I had to make her accounted for. That was my job as her mother, to make her accounted for and put her down in the census. This is the way that they tell how many people is in a state or in the country, period. Okay? Americans are accounted for, but they can't count you if you don't do your part. During the COVID-19 epidemic, a lot of people wasn't accounted for because they wasn't filling out the census 10 years ago. However, they didn't know how many tests needed to be made. They didn't know how many ventilators need to be sent to state. So with that being said, so this won't happen again. Make sure you're accounted for. And then that way they can have an estimate of what they need to protect us. We can't always blame the government for wrongdoings, because sometimes we make mistakes as well. And it's okay that we've made a mistake. But now it's time to get it right, people, and do your part. You can't complain if you haven't done your part. The same with voting. They talk about, oh, you must vote. And that's true. However, how you going to vote and you ain't even fill out the census to be accounted for? So fill out the census, people. This is what y'all need to do so y'all will be protected. And I did want to add this. The census is created not only for the government to have accountability for you. The census is a great way to find out who your ancestors were, to find out their lifestyle, what they lived and how they lived and where they lived. If a family member decided to run off and don't want to be around their family because for some reason they don't like their family, and people do it every day, and they move somewhere else and they die and nobody knows who their family was, this is a way that their family can be contacted if you're in the census and they know their name. Okay? So it's not just for the accountability of the government. It's accountability for yourself in a whole. Okay? Love yourself. You know, sometimes people get snatched and killed. Okay? They find a body and it takes them forever to find out who the family members are. And they may not never find who the family members are. And they had ID. They just don't know who to contact. So with that being said, you know, I know we have a lot of people out here in the world, you know, they dislike their family members because they may be on drugs, or they may be gay, or they may be criminals, or whatever the case may be. And that's understandable, but still have some accountability for your family. You just don't disown your people like that. You know, sometimes they're embarrassing. I got a few of them, believe me. I have a few embarrassing family members that I don't ever want to be bothered with, but I still have to make accountability for these people, you know? So with that being said, you know, sometimes you got to brush that other stuff off your shoulder, whatever you're going through with your family member, and still make an accountability for that person. And if anything happened to them, they'll know how to contact you, you know, or if something is going on with them, they may have a mental illness. You got some older people, they have Alzheimer's, they disappear. You don't know how to contact their family, but they may have ID on them. And they can do these things by the census. So people understand why you're filling out the census. It's not just to give the government leverage, you know, as some of y'all think, you know, because I talk to some people and they think it's to give the government leverage, and you are giving them some leverage to take care of you, you know. So with that being said, you know, you need to respect it. However, you're also giving yourself leverage and your family leverage as well. You know, there's people out here that family members has passed away, and they would never know how to find a family member because there was no census. So, and they have money. They have inheritances, and they can't even get it because nobody knows how to contact them. So people, take this serious. Your life is important. And we fight every day about being beat up by police officers and the things that the government does to us. You need to fight for yourself. And the first step is to fill out that census and be accounted for in America if you're an American. Okay? So with that being said, I love you all. Y'all make sure y'all take 10 minutes, because that's all it takes. I did it. And I had 8 to put on my census. Okay? And it didn't take me that long. Matter of fact, and I messed up and lost the page and had to do it again. So, and it took me, I would say, about 10 minutes to do it twice. So with that being said, just sit down and take 10 minutes and fill out your census. All you need is their name and their birth date. And if there's people that live in your household people that live in your household that's not your family, you can still add them on the census as a friend of the family or a friend that just lives in your household, because everyone must be accounted for. So people, please do your part. You have to start with you first. And then you can start complaining. Okay? So, yeah, I really want y'all to get down to it. Take it this Sunday, after Sunday dinner, sit down for 10 minutes and fill out your census. All my kings and queens, because y'all responsible for this. Okay? And if you got kids, you call them up and you say, hey, fill out the census. Yeah, I used to run wild too, and I'd be working all the time, and I ain't paying attention to nothing. And my mother, God bless Tina's soul, without her, I don't know what I would have done. But now I gotta fly straight, cause she ain't here no more to guide me and give me that call and give me that lecture on the phone. So now I gotta fly straight and give the lecture myself. However, Tina will call me and say, Jackie, listen, you need to do X, Y, and Z. She took care of the census because, she was the head of the family at that time. So I didn't have to worry about that. But there was other things that I needed to do, So with that being said, now that I'm the head of the family, I'm the one that have to do the census if my kids live in my home. Even though my daughter don't live in my home, I still had to put her down in the census as if she did, because this is the address that she has on her records in jail. So, yeah. People, please, even if you're a felon, it's still good to fill out the census. Don't be afraid to be accounted for. Don't. Because like I said, we never know what can happen. Just like the Mexicans. And I want to bring this up because I need y'all to understand from different scenarios. If y'all think back when Trump first got in office and he brought the Mexicans over, he stopped the Mexicans from coming over. And a lot of their kids were here and the parents were elsewhere. Okay? Now, here in America, they couldn't account for them because they don't know them. But if you're an American and that happens to you, they can account for you. Okay? And find out who your people are and give you back to your rightful owner. Okay? So I'm just using this as an example so y'all can get some type of understanding why we need to be organized, okay? And our country is organized. This is why they say this is the land of the free, because we're organized and they make sure that we are accounted for as human beings, So this is something y'all need to think about. I know we're going through a lot with the police and everything, and that will get taken care of in time. And it's been over 30, 40 years that this has been going on. It just didn't start, So y'all have to see it for what it is, and we will continue to fight for those things. But for right now, y'all need to sit down and do what's right for you and your family. And that's be accounted for right here in America. So I love you guys. I love all y'all. And just take that 10 minutes to sit down and fill out your census. The link will be in the description. Grab it, hit it, and do what you got to do. Love y'all. This is Private Friend Incorporated. Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Miss JJ Entertainment, Deja. This is me, the woman with a bunch of names. But I love y'all. Y'all do that census. I'll talk to y'all soon.